Come do my nails with me. This is a tutorial on how I do my own builder gel fills on my natural nails. We're growing them out. This is our progress. Let's get into it. So this is my previous set and I'm using a medium grit carbide bit. I put this on 30,000 RPMs for my builder gel removal because I'm taking off a lot of the bulk. On your e-file you'll have reverse and forward, and reverse means you're going to the right and forward means you're going to the left. So just depending on whatever way you like to go, I like to go from my cuticle down, so that's me going in reverse. When doing a builder gel fill, I take the bulk of it off. So I'm taking a lot of it off, trying not to touch my natural nail because this bit would be very damaging. I also had tips on here, so I'm taking those off as well. So it's gonna look like I took off all of it and went down to my natural nail, but that's actually a tip there. Next, I'm starting with my prep. I'm going to prep the grow out and I'm going to first push back my cuticles. I'm using a 240 grit sanding band. This is the mini one. I love it because you can really get in there, and I'm using this on, I usually do 4 to 6 speed, whatever you feel comfortable with. You don't want to overfile your natural nail. Always keeping the bit parallel to the nail plate. I'm just smoothing everything out and prepping the natural nail. I think this part is where a lot of people get the most damage to their natural nails because the bits that come with the drills tend to be those dark brown, really strong grit sanding bands, and you don't want to use those. You usually have to buy a 240 grit pack. Now I'm just shaping them. This is a 100 by 180 grit nail file. I use both sides, I don't really know. But they were square, so I took off the majority with the drill, and then I'm just shaping the excess with the file. Now I'm going to prep my cuticles, and I'm using a fine diamond bit. I usually do this on 8 to 10. With this one, I'm just going around the edges and just getting off any dead skin that I see or any leftover cuticle. This is really important because if you have leftover skin hanging over, it can get in the way of your builder gel application. So just making sure everything is smooth and clean makes the application a lot easier. It'll also help with retention if everything is just super clean. Next, I'm just scrubbing the nails with some rubbing alcohol and a brush, just to make sure that everything's cleaned off. I don't want any dust on there. I like to use these little dental bib looking things just to make everything clean. And I'm first going in with a dehydrator and pH bonder, and then this is my primer. It's acid free, so I'm really scrubbing that into the nail plate. It's really important, and take your time with this because you want to make sure it's tacky rather than just painting it on. Okay, now for my builder gel application, I'm starting with a slip layer. I don't know what this color is, but I'll put it on the screen. This is the Nail Thoughts base, and I get this from Sweetie Nail Supply. I do have a code with them if you'd like to use it, but I just paint a slip layer on, which is basically like painting the nail as if you're using regular gel polish. It's just a very thin layer and you don't cure it. I went back in and got more builder gel. I have like a bigger bead on that I'm starting at the cuticle, and I'm going to push it up towards the cuticle so that I can get as close as possible. And then I'm not going to lift my brush from my product ever, and I'm going to swoop side to side to make sure that it's all evenly coated. I have more in-depth tutorials on this because I've done builder gel before on here, so you can go look at those, because I do flip my hand over and I use my liner brush to make sure everything's smooth so I don't have to do any finish filing, but I just don't show all of that on here. I'm also flash curing in between every nail so that the builder gel doesn't flood, but again, all of that is in my videos that have more in-depth tutorials and explanations. I just think that the application is so satisfying and so fun to watch and also do, so I just wanted to show it all. And you can kind of see the builder gel from the previous set peeking through, but I don't really mind. If you wanted to get rid of that, you could soak off and do a new set. After the whole hand is done, I cure it in the big lamp for 120 seconds, and now I'm just doing my polka dots. I have this tiny little dotting tool and just a white polish by DND. Polka dots are super easy, but very time consuming because you have to go back in for each polka dot to get more polish. But then we just did a top coat. This one's by Opre. And then we cure that again, and this is the final look. So cute. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.